So Newcastle 1, Asna 0. We're not really surprised if we're being completely honest. We played poorly again tonight. It's probably about 12 out of 16 performances this season that have been that bad. The difference is Newcastle punished us. They should have been 3-0 up before they scored. Despite the statistics showing that they only had a couple of shots on target. Callum Wilson ballooned one out the stadium. Gordon miscontrolled one. And we were very, very poor. Kenny, thank God you didn't travel all the way up to Newcastle, mate, because I swear, anyone who's done that journey, and I've done it, it's a long way there and it's a long way back, and especially on a night kickoff, to see that level of performance, the manager looking clueless. We need a goal. He brings a defender on. Yeah. And the only player, in my opinion, and that's your fan cam, make sure you follow Kenny Ken 1972. The only player in that Arsenal team today, in my opinion, that can walk off of that pitch with any credibility is Declan Rice yet again. And he's been here 3 months.
Well, yeah, that says it all. But then that says it all because, the fact is that, you're going to get people talking about the goal. They're going to talk about Guimaraes, should he have been sent off? They're going to talk about everything unconnected to the real issue. And the real issue is we could be playing this game right now and they could have given us like 50 minutes injury time and we will still not be able to score. That's the fact. People don't realise how bad we've been this season. We are average at all levels. Stop coming out with this rubbish that we're unlucky. Stop coming out with this gargantuan performance at Wembley in the Community Shield. Talk this crap. Don't even talk about when we beat Man City, where we basically did the basics and got the basics right. Let's just tell the truth. Saka out of form. Martinelli out of form. Odegaard out of form. Average. Zinchenko out of form. Average this season. Eddie Nketiah, usual self, good against teams that who basically championship level. When it comes to real deal, average. Let's have a talk about Benjamin White because he's not exempt. Average this season. Average this season. The only defender that's played really well this season is Saliba. Gabriel, I don't know what the hell you're thinking for the goal. But let's talk about the goal. We'll get to, if you want me to do it, we'll get to the controversy. But let's talk about phases of play. And I'm talking about schoolboy level, playing to the referee's whistle.
Yep. Until
the referee says it's out, you've got no right to referee the game. You're there to play. So when Willett keeps the ball in, the fact is there's a phase of play where he has so much space where 3 players refuse to react. 3 players refuse to react.
Ben White, Jorginho is experienced.
Yeah. So they put a cross in. So by the time they put the cross in, the keepers think, oh no, it's too late. He's got to react. Too late now because the ball's gone over him. Gabriel Magalhaes, for 2 seasons now, has been conning referees into giving him free kicks. Conning them, and they fell for it. This time, you didn't get lucky today, mate, did you? And then Gordon puts it in an empty net. So even though VAR, like I said, had 3 looks at it, the fact of the matter is, if they're not sure it was offside, if they're not sure it was a foul, they're not sure the ball's gone out, the attacking team gets the decision. We don't like it, tough luck, right? But that paper's over the cracks, and that sells the myth that Arsenal were unlucky today. We weren't unlucky today. We couldn't break Newcastle down. We huffed and puffed and had no discernible efforts and goals. Tell me, if you could show me when Nick Pope had a save to make.
Mate, the only save he made was the Martinelli shot.
Went straight at him. He caught it.
And it was a P-roll, really mid-height, and he caught it.
Yeah.
The only shot we had on target, Kenny.
Yeah, so he had the ball, and that was like David Warner in the deep today against England when England were trying to slog the ball, and David Warner's taking the ball into his chest. That's how Nick Pope made that token save from Martinelli. Apart from that, Saka awful today. Martinelli awful today. Got ruined by the second half substitution of Livramento. Saka, Dan Burn who's got the pace of who turns slower than milk. But he
Yeah,
had you on toast, and then the substitute, Kieran Trippier had you on toast as well. Average. Let's just cut the crap. Let's cut the crap. Declan Rice looked great today, but big deal, big deal. That's it's a lot. It's a lost cause. Jorginho, his usual self, keeps things ticking over, goes in Ireland, but he didn't do anything. Kai Havertz did everything that a midfielder shouldn't be doing. He actually played as a stretcher attacker when we needed his creativity. He got the ball a lot, and he tried to show a bit of passion with a reckless foul. But again, all to no avail. He brings no discernible additional quality to our team. And this depth, this stupid word we use, we got depth and we're gauchian. Do me a favour. We've only got depth in numbers. We're not in quality. And it's not just telling, it's shouting. And people are not listening. They're not listening. We're just getting by it. I've said it before. If you carry on playing like that, where you're just getting by and you're riding your luck, eventually your luck will fall out. We haven't learned again. People thought that Armageddon happened in Lens, but we still didn't learn. We still played the same way. And then we got Armageddon this Wednesday just gone at the London Stadium. Today, we show more passion. We're more at it. But teams have worked us out. Yeah. Teams have worked us out. Without Partey, without Odegaard, without Jesus, we are easy to play against. Against poor teams, of course we're going to get behind them. Of course we're going to, like I said, pressure them so much that they're going to run out of gas. They'll make a mistake, and then we take the game away from them. But against good teams, you can't do that. We had warning signs against Chelsea 2 weeks ago where we somehow we fluked to 2-2. We thought we were going to be able to do it today. Let's not give succor to all these excuse makers on social media or in the media who are going to say, oh, it's not fair, it was a bad decision, it cost us a game. It didn't cost you the game. It didn't cost you the game. What cost us the game is a lack of cutting edge. What costs us the game is the fact that he's picked a midfield that's unbalanced. What costs us the game is that he's relying on players who don't score goals. He has to buy in the transfer market, whether he likes it or not. And then there's another question. Who's pushing Martinelli and Saka for their positions? Because Trossard should be that player, but when he gets in the team, he drops the ball. How many times he's been substituted twice when he started? Not Man City and Tottenham. So
but why is it so quick to substitute him? But it's not so quick to substitute. Like Kai Havertz, I'm not just digging him out, but I'm using him as an example. 98 minutes today, after 100 minutes the other night. Yeah. What did he bring? No creativity. When I see that midfield today, and that was where the game was lost, right? Joel Linton, big, imposing, physical guy that's got good tech. Then you got Longstaff. He's basically Newcastle's Scott McTominay. He'll just run his nuts off, right? And then you got Bruno with a little bit of sparkle. He was a shithouse today. I don't think that was that elbow. Yeah, we've seen running with elbows.
It was a forearm smash on Jorginho because Jorginho kept on robbing him.
I don't think he left something on him, but I don't think that's a red card.
The fact is, all these
points. But where's our creativity? Declan Rice.
There's no creativity.
So where's the link between defence, midfield, and attack? No wonder I isolated Saka and Martinelli and Eddie.
There isn't one.
Play El Neni. Yeah, play El Neni, play Rice, and then play Vieira.
He won't do that. He won't do that.
And guess what? That team today was a reflection exactly of our manager. Arrogant. Weak and spineless.
Yeah, but you say that. Every season he's worried about teams working us out. That's fair enough. That happens in football. But the fact is, the alternative style of play that you're trying to accomplish, it's not working unless you have the personnel. What you've done is that with your changes in approach or tactics or style of play, you've basically weakened your assets. You've weakened Saka, you've weakened Martinelli.
Yeah.
Simple as that. You've weakened Odegaard. You've Benjamin White now, who had a good season, is being weakened because they're confused. They don't know what to do. One thing they're sure about is that from a defensive point of view, when they don't have the ball, they know their jobs. But from attacking point of view, it's like
they're on eggshells.
They won't get behind the fullback because they all want to sort of play cut in and try to put intricate passes. But you can't do that against a low block, because when it happens against a low block, you've got to find that when you try and go down the sides, they're gonna make the tackles and clear it. So what you have to do is you have to pass it back and start again. That's all we did in the game. We basically think we can break a low block with the way we play. You can't break a low block. You got to have Declan Rice trying to make runs from the field, which you try to do, or what will happen is that you have to vary your style of play. He won't do that. He is part of the problem. A manager's meant to make the players better, not weaken their assets. And Saka, Martinelli, Benjamin White are proof of that he's basically doing that. And same with Odegaard as well. Last season, when we were free flowing, all those players were playing out their skins. But for some reason, it's inevitable teams are going to work you out. But to completely go 360 and change the style of play, bring other person in to the extent that you have no creativity, you don't have no cutting edge. So basically, you're relying on your athleticism, because all the commentators are talking about is that Arsenal look a big team, look athletic. Yeah, that's it. The reason why we win in those games is because of our athleticism, because we can go for 100 minutes. But athleticism doesn't just win you football matches. Athleticism keeps you in games, and keeps you in games because games now go to 100 minutes. But against good teams, it's cutting edge. And unless we get the cutting edge back, we sign players or we change style of play. We're playing for the Europa League at Europe 5th place, which will get you into the Champions League. We're not going to win the league.
It only gets us in the Champions League.
And I'll tell you one thing: you ain't going to like
this. Well in Europe this season.
You're going to like this now. That lot in North End 17 are a better team than us. They're better than us.
So got Aston Villa.
Than us. They got more creativity, and they got two starters plays. First and foremost, they rely on their midfield to win the battle for Maddison to, get in the Kulusevski and so on. And then what they do, if it doesn't work, they press teams, and then from the press from Maddison, they basically create mistakes and create chances like that. That's how they're playing. They're better than us this season. And stop coming out with these people going to go, oh, Spurs are going to fall down, mate. We should worry about us, not because I'll tell you one thing. Right now, they look more of a better bet to challenge the league and get that.
Villa go above us tomorrow if they beat Forest, which they will.
Exactly. And Liverpool are going to beat.
Our ex-manager can go above us in his first full season at Aston Villa. But listen, we could go on forever. We're going to wrap this up. Go on.
But the reason why people are saying it's only 10 games, I get you saying, but the thing is, nothing's changed since we made these observations.
Facts.
And that's why we're angry.
Facts. Listen, make sure you follow Kenny Ken 1972 on Instagram. We're going to do player ratings shortly. Make sure you check out my fan cam. Jez is up next, then Matty, and then we'll do player ratings. Adios. Ciao.